agencies like Tesla and all.
Please help us welcome Mr. Kim Francisco. Round of applause, please.
So good morning, everyone. So we're gonna have somewhat unique, in terms of how we approach for this event, because this is career guidance, right? And the future is your destiny. And today's panel, so we're gonna do this in a panel format. So one of the podcast ko, sa atong mga panggitan ng mga guests na dalistubangan. And hopefully that you'll learn something about it, and we'll be your moderators for today. That will be Mr. Zed and Mrs. Ma'am Jaira. And this is designed to help you make informed, values-driven decisions about your future careers.
That's right. We will hear from professionals as well as our Dolly representative who will share real-life insights about opportunities, challenges, and growth.
Okay, so with that, is everyone good? Is everyone prepared to learn and sharpen your minds? Alright, so hopefully that we will take this as a process of learning for each and every one of us. Because I know that you guys are excited for college, and maybe you have some questions in your mind as to what will be your life after Proverbs 5. Because I know it can be scary, and some of you may have not found that particular path that you're trying to look for, especially as to what passion or what job that you want to do in the future. So are you ready, everyone? Ready? Everyone say ready? Ready. So, with that, hopefully, Attorney and Mr. Kim, you're quite aware of our format for today as moderators. And I think it's important for us to start off first, especially as to what Ma'am Jeff showed us earlier, especially on the survey data that was gathered among the grade 12 students and the grade 10 students, right? And from her survey data, she mentioned that majority of the students here are interested, or she came around the top 3 courses, right? Number 1 is IT, number 2 is nursing, number 3 is within the tourism or education sector, right? So, from the students' responses, would you be able to say that those top 3 pathways that they choose, are they industries that are currently growing? And do you think that those skills are in demand right now? Maybe you can start first with you, Mr. Phil.
Good morning, everyone. Let me share to you a data coming from the Department of Labor and Employment. Specifically here in Region 7, these are the emerging industries. Number 1, information and communication. SWACBA. Another industry is the creative industry. Of course, part of it, arts, entertainment, and recreation, agro-processing. Then, real estate and ownership of dwellings. Nagkakalit ang mga condos karon. So with that, construction industry. And infrastructure. Widely emerging industry right now is the energy industry or the green jobs. What are these green jobs? Mga jobs that helps the environment. Sa kanila, mga pollution control officer, safety officer, solar technician, solar panel technicians. These are emerging jobs, emerging industries. So far, and another thing is, dili mawala kami ang wholesale and retail. So naangin siya, mo na nga kusog kayo, kung asa ka nagkapita nandun na yung supermarket. No? So that particular business establishment is expected ginagawa ng food traffic. No? So they form part of the industries na employment generators. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kim, and maybe Attorney can touch on that as well.
Thank you so much as well, Mr. Kim, for that insight. If I may, I'd like to also encourage us, our students, to also open their eyes towards entrepreneurship. Nowadays, it's very easy for us to create businesses with the assistance of the government, especially the Lapu-Lapu City Hall. Government processing has been quicker, faster, and more efficient, so to speak. So, for those students as well who inspire to become businessmen someday, perhaps entrepreneurship would also be a good an option for you.
Here in Proverbs, the majority of our IT students here, they're focusing more on networking, but we know that IT can be a broad field, right? When we're referring to IT, we can touch into computer sciences, programming, game development, and data analysis, and so on. So, and even machine learning or AI. So, with that, maybe Mr. Kim can talk more about this. Is there a specific industry in the IT space as to where jobs are much more needed as of now, especially as technologies are always emerging all the time, right? We've seen about of course, AI tools, ChatGPT, Gemini, and everything that AI does, which basically automates the process for our daily lives. So I think the students also here, they won't deny, they've also tried answering an assignment, okay, mag-cramming sila, and they've answered kay ChatGPT na yun. So, di ba, everyone is guilty to that, right? So, we know that since AI is already an emerging space right now, maybe you can touch, Mr. Kim, if what's in the specific sa field sa IT na pwede ipangadto sa mga estudyante karon if they go to college because IT is a very broad spectrum. Will that be okay, Mr. Kim?
Ang ato ang BPO industry is a very big employment generator. They require a lot of manpower who are like IT professionals, those who graduated, even fresh graduates from information technology. Those are big factors as well. And another thing are part of the emerging industry, ang galing sa creative industry, ang galing mga animators. So, silent lang sila karoon na industry. If you notice, kay tungkol, most of their clients are abroad. And they don't need marketing. Same with NEPS, no? There are a lot of international brands like Adidas, Nike, Under Armour, Lululemon. They don't require, they manufacture these goods in MEPS, but exported outside the Philippines. And no need for marketing. And same with the animators. Because their principal, their clients are from abroad. No? So, hindi mo makita dito sa Philippines ang ilahang pag-market sa ilahang trabaho, sa ilahang output. No? But makalit na ta, makurata na ta because may mo lang kalit na made by Filipinos. Diba? But if you are creative enough, no? If you are passionate about, being an animator, so why not, no? Grab that opportunity, level up, even if dili lang ka in IT, even other graduates, no, for as long as you are passionate, you are computer literate, you also like doing IT things, then pwede na, no? But the biggest employment generator is the BPO. we all know that. So, well, if you have the skill set for English communication, you know how to troubleshoot, IT concerns, then pwede na kaya na siya. Okay, so, so far, okay, pwede na share.
Thank you, Mr. Kim. Attorney, you have something maybe you can add more?
Thank you so much, Mr. Kim. I'm also learning as well regarding the status of our industry. But I would like to fortify now two things. First, regarding AI. ChatGPT, for example. There has been recent studies, Mangod, that further reliance to ChatGPT can also affect our jobs. So, as was stated by Mr. Kim, the creatives industry, the engineering industry in terms of the tech has been developing because the demand has been to increase the capabilities of ChatGPT. So, although ChatGPT could actually help, it is always suggested to first develop your craft, to first develop your own intellect before fully relying or integrating to ChatGPT rather, or AI. The first thing you have to do is to make sure that you're confident enough to wield AI as a tool and not to be wielded by AI itself. Secondly, Mr. Kim also mentioned about agri. Our businesses come from agriculture. We provide farmers with the opportunity for organic sustainable farming in the sense of providing them with agricultural inputs for lack of better term. No? The realities of farmers mong kay in-spray nila sila mga puno, farmers will get hurt. Why? Because most of the time, we use chemicals. So, agriculture is actually a rising industry today in the sense nga, usahay mo imo na naglubi, ang kwarta nasa masakan. The money is in our farms. So, hopefully, our students as well will consider the option of farming.
Is everyone aware of what green jobs are? Kabalo ba mo? Okay, so, kabalo na sila. So, when we refer to green jobs, Mr. Kim, do you think, can you share as to what other pathways that they can get into, not necessarily engineering, but other pathways as well? If you are an ABM student, or a HUme student, or a STEM student, or an HE student rather, as to how green jobs is essential for the upcoming workforce. Maybe we can have a attorney first.
Okay. I'd like to share with you something that is relevant towards the business community. Business communities are now placing premiums toward green advocacies. In relation thereto, they're placing premiums towards green jobs. So, what do we mean by that? The people nowadays are more interested to invest in businesses who actually give back to communities. So what are we talking about? As stated, solar panels, green engineering. There's also agriculture in that sense. So with this consumer shift, we can essentially quantify, we can essentially guarantee that in the next few years to come, the advocacy of green and sustainable jobs, green and sustainable advocacies is here to stay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Attorney. Mr. Kim?
For the green jobs, dili siya necessary na mag-engineering ka, di ba? Dili siya necessary. Necessary ang green jobs na for engineering, ang position would require you are a work master for chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, and electrical engineering. Karanaang ang mga klase ng engineering courses or graduates, padung yun mo na mahimong safety officer or pollution control officer. Now, these positions are high level. Tagpo po din sila ang sweldo. Ano man, critical ang ilahang knowledge and skills as a PCO, pollution control officer and a safety officer. Because kamo mo ay nagdumala sa environmental affairs of the company and the safety as well. Now, for example, here sa inyong building, ang building administrator somehow could be a safety officer. Ano man, kung may problema, no? Electrical wiring, yung safety officer ninyo sa electrical engineer. So, sumito kayo siya na sa mga hazards. Diba? Other than that, no, kiling sa agriculture and fisheries. Mind you, dili lang siya para sa mga mabuuno o manginista. Nagkinahanglan ang mga professionals in these industries. We badly needed. Other countries, na sila mga professionals focusing on agriculture, focusing on fisheries. Mo na nga, bountiful kayo ang ilang harvests. It's because may gamay engineering, may gamay nag-input na mga innovations, diba? Para mas matighan ang ilang yield. So, even if you are not engineering graduates, pwede dyan tayo mo aning mga kursuha, kaning mga trabaho. For as long as hindi lang katong mag-require of mga certifications that would entitle you to become a PCO or SO. Okay?
How were you able to find doing something that you love? Were you able, as to how you were able to decide na okay, mo ni akong job na gusto ko at okay, mo ni ako degree ang gusto ko at how were you able to, or what was your thought process as to how were you able to determine in the field that you're in, basically you have a stability of the job that you have right now? So maybe Attorney, you can answer the question.
Thank you. So, just a quick background on myself. I'm a very advocacy-oriented person. One thing I learned in life from good guy, sometimes, if I may, the money you make, for those who are interested in finance, the money you make is a result of the advocacy you pursue. So, for us in our case, we come from a family of farmers. We come from a family at the olden times, nakaulangapas pasakan, magtulog ka pa, so to speak. But then again, because of that advocacy, because we believe that our mission to provide organic, sustainable agriculture for farmers has yielded into a company that was able to give us food and benefit throughout our lives. So, going back, the choice of my decision to who I became today was also an impulse of the stories that I once had. It was mentioned that students nowadays, medyo, if they find it difficult, they might tend to leave or not pursue the course they initially designated. Let me tell you, dear students, when it comes to, we have to acknowledge reality as well. Some of us may not have the luxury to just choose one course, study it for 3 years, the next course balik na sa ulo. No? My suggestion for you is to take a moment of quiet reflection. I'm pretty sure Proverbsville has given you multiple opportunities, both through your projects, through your schoolworks, through your arts class and whatever, to know more about yourself. So think back. No? This moment today is very crucial, not only because of, let's call it for what it is, not only because of finding the direction, but we also have financial considerations, because at the end of the day, most of us will have to shell out for the tuition fees. And in that sense, we also have to be economical with our decisions by taking a quiet time to reflect on the decisions that we're about to make.
Thank you so much, Attorney. Mr. Kim, do you have something to say in regards to that?
Actually, you already knew. Asa mo malo? Napalo na mo, anak. Okay ba? Napalo na mo. Ano man? Ikapila na mo ipangutan na, what is your ambition in life? What do you wanna be? Bata pa kayo, ipamutanan ng mga anak ko sa inyo po ba? Pero did you focus on that? Ako, as a classic example, I did not, no? Pag break to na ako, ipamuntahan ako kung sa'yo akong ambition in life. Iba mo sa'yo akong film ito ba? Makalimot mo ko kaya akong classmate na mo magpaibaw na ko, magpaimang mo. Whenever I ask about that question, I would always answer, I want to be the President of the Republic of the Philippines. Wala kayo naman dyan. That's my answer. But when I graduated high school, I entered college. You know, malingaw ako sa high school. Magkakita ng barkadas, no? Close friends. And then, ang mga lalaki na mo, mga classmates ako, they decided, let's take computer engineering. Let's take engineering courses. So what happened? Dili ko ba mo ako ang passion nga ko ang ituwag pag-grade 2. Dili ay. So I was not passionate about being an engineer. I'm more passionate on managing people. I am more passionately on taking care of business operations in the company. And so, ang akong second course na gikuha, business course na, I took up management accounting. It's a management course with accounting background. Kaya wag mo po plano mag-CTA, mag-take ang board exam. Unlike accountancy, pwede dyan kayo ka mag-board exam at mag-CTA. But I did not, no? Because I knew what I want to be. I want to be a manager of the company. It's more on people's skills. Diba? So, na-align, finally, no? Na-align na ako ang career path, no? And in fact, maski business course ko, management accounting graduate, I became an HR manager. Kung HR manager gani, kasagaran, kung saan siya, mga psychology graduate, no? Basic industrial psychology. But lahi, no? Because more on people. I am more on people, no? I want to be the President of the Philippines, people, managing the economy. Okay? So, di na napita na-discover na ko, but it was really an expensive experience. Ano man, mahal ba yan kung pa-enroll ka o engineering sa Carlos Pag-yun? Kanya, imong ibiyaan because you wanted another course. No? So, it was a really painful, no? Very costly decision on my part. Nagsaling ko nga, nandito ako mga classmates, pag high school, no, nagkasinabot man mi, ang pinapalay na siguro mi. Diba? Diba? So, kaya na, so, basically, motong ingon ni attorney na siguro pinanglan siguro mag-one-on-one kasi kung kaugalingon, have that quiet time, no? Discern, no? Make some discernment processes in your life wherein decide nyo ka kung saan kayo para na ako, kung saan kayo angay para na ako. Okay? So, that's it. Thank you.
And thank you so much. So, for our general consensus, siguro sa itong mga speakers here that before you choose a course, dapat yung mag-reflect yung kagulinon. E mo yung gusto. Especially for those who come from a low socioeconomic background, not everyone has the capacity to shift courses, right? 2 to 3 times, 4 times. But in transition to that, the next question, attorney and sir, no? Some students here already found their passion, no? Like they know what they want to do, they know what their ambitions are, but their problem is they can't seem to get that first step. No? I think you mentioned already the responsibility of trying. But for some here, especially for them, where they're comfortable already in Proverbs, where they're used to the routine, there's somewhat a sense of security, especially when they go out in the field and try to find a course that they would want to do. Although they are passionate about something that they would want to do, but they're still scared of taking that first step. They're still scared of trying. What advice can you give to these students here? Although they're very exemplary students, but for example, I have a student where she really has the skills to become a future lawyer someday. But then, wala siya na, sir, hindi na ko kaya magbasa o kaso, sir, hindi na ko kaya taas o hindi ko kaya mag-debate, hindi na ko kaya mag-answer hindi na ko kaya mag-stories kung kabalingon. But then the teachers or like some of the teachers who really see the potential for that person, right? And she also sees it in herself, but she cannot take the next step because she already has a preconceived conception, or she already has a preconception as to di na daw niya kaya. So, what advice can you give to people here who are somewhat sure about their passion, but then they tend to choose another road because they don't want, or they're afraid to take that first step? So how about Mr. Kevin first?
I would say, kinahanglan gid ako karong panahon na unsa kinahanglan baga tagnaw. Isa may mga kaya na kinahanglan baga tao naong. Sakto nila. Kaya hindi ko baga naong, masawa pa ninyo pagkatumbang sa employer, masawa ninyo pag first step kung mag-negosyo mo, kung di mo baga naong. Be confident and do not be afraid to commit mistakes. I myself am a product of so many mistakes in my life and in my career. So dili pa ko perfect, no? Let's go through the process of making mistakes. Ayaw yung mga adlok masipya. Always. Kay learning from it, from your mistakes, will make you a better individual, a better decision maker. Diba?
Thank you, Mr. Kim. Thank you, Mr. Kim.
I was actually moved by the statement of Mr. Kim. Okay? Sa tinunalay lang sa tinabuhi, ang pinakabagang naon daw. Diba? So seize each and every opportunity that you have today. Now, for ako lang to add further insight, any aspect of fear. I'm a strong believer that the first step is 50% of the way. Kanang unang latang ninyo sa inyo ang kinabuhi. The moment you decide, this is who I want to be, mo na siya ang 50% sa dapat inyong buhat. Kaya naman, if you haven't reached that point, if wala ka maabot sa decision, ang tendency na you'll remain as is. Now, secondly, regarding an advice on how to deal with that fear, my suggestion to you is to find a mentor. Mentorship in the sense that will help mold you, will help guide you to become better individuals today. Mentors like the teachers of Proverbs, silang doctors, mga doctors na to, silang To be honest, it was quite a daunting decision. Could you imagine a 26-year-old sitting in with 50 to 60-year-old global executives? What does this guy know? Diba? That fear was very daunting on my part. But then again, I had a mentor by the name of former Secretary Mel Sarmiento of the DILG. In that sense, he gave me a solution, he gave me an advice. Amigo, do not be afraid if that's the case, because the opportunity would not land itself in your lap if you are never prepared for it, if you're not prepared for it. So the moment that the opportunity is with you, take it, seize it, it's yours. Thank you so much.
So for the students here who are not planning to pursue college and would want to work directly, maybe this question is directed more to Mr. Kim, as you know, he's also known as Mr. Trabajante. Am I correct, Mr. Kim? No? So number one, is that viable? Is it a good option for some students here to proceed in working and not going to college? Is that a good option for them? Or should they go to the traditional path and go to college? Or if not going to college, are there any government subsidy programs that can help in their tuition fees, especially in the city of Lapu-Lapu? Or any programs that help students who will not go to college basically get the livelihood they need to support their capabilities as a family? Is it okay?
Okay, so first of all, Lapu-Lapu City government has Lapu-Lapu City College. So it's free. But I will not dwell on that. I will dwell more on the possibilities of you joining the labor force if you're not going to proceed to college. Joining the labor force is not easy. It requires a lot of sacrifices on your part. And you will still spend money sa pamilite, sa imuhang lunch, snacks. I was once a production factory worker in MES after high school. I dropped out of college first year sa engineering. Hindi pa kaya engineering. I dropped out of college that time. And I went straight to MES. I worked as a factory worker after first year, first sem. And I realized, pwede naman yun ang high school graduate. But, you know, diharag yun ang putol. Diharag yun ang putol. Kung ma-manager ka rin somehow in the future or supervisor, it's because of your work experience na taas na kaya. Kaya mo na subject matter expert. But transitioning yourself from high school graduate to a supervisor or manager in that particular expertise mo sa work is another thing. Kaya kung ma-manage ka, kinalaman kang leadership skill. Kinalaman kang analytical skill. Diba? Now, with the current situation now, pwede na itong masundan ang BPO. Because currently, BPO industry, mudawal maging sila ang high school graduate. What else? The hotels, resorts, and restaurants, they will also accept high school graduates. What else? Dili po na siya enough na high school graduate ka. Kinahanglan, doon na kita yung mga technical, vocational, mga textbook skills na ma-acquire na go through training. No? Whether go to TESDA, LC2, no? Like housekeeping, bartending, no? even sa call center, ang BPO na sila call center, NC2. So, these are like to level up your skill. But guys, I would really suggest, if I may lang, di man ka-judge sa tao, di ka-judge sa pamilya. No? Kaya, wala siguro ay hayahay lang kung dalintanan. No? Kung pwede lang yun, tangitangay lang yun ang pamaaging makatiwas sa college. Kaya not even college graduates can even land a job. Very competitive gani kayo gani. Ang pagpanarbaho, even college graduate ka. Oo na, minimum wage pa ganyan na ang iman. No? Pareho ng sweldo sa high school graduate. But you are one step ahead already if you are into college. You are a college graduate. But, you know, another thing na pinipuni mo sundan kung high school graduate ka, yan gusto ka magdato. Aside sa call center, nadakong sweldo. Katong ingon ni attorney ay pag-entrepreneur. Pag-negosyo. Negosyo yun. So, mula na yung ang practical answer to that particular scenario.
Thank you, Mr. Kim.
Okay, we have a student here from STEM. Okay, please.
Nice to meet you.
Good morning, sir. I am Saidin Valesa. And I have a question, sir. So, what are your thoughts, sir, and ang industry, kasi oversaturation of students, like, akaman na, sir, IT, nagawin dyan ng students, and nursing, anytime. What are your thoughts, sir, para stand out na, sir, and ma-hire ka sa mga big jobs since nagkandyan na students, sir? Like, dito ka backer, sir, or something?
Medyo ka ba?
Pagkaha ba ni mo eh? Hindi lang bakit? Ini eh. Ako i-share din natin nilang backer. You have to show you have the leadership skill. Kisa man din ninyo ang mga youth leaders in your barangay, in your school, sa inyong chapel, isa na rin isang kamot. You know, when I was an HR manager in MEPS, I was handling 20,000 employees. When I interview applicants, I will always check their capabilities sa leadership. Gano'n man. Because the company, management, mangita ko gina o mga second line leaders. Kini ilang mga supervisors karon or managers. They will eventually in the future like resign or retire. Asa pa sila mangita o ipuli? Diba? From within as much as possible. But kung dili, pwede mag-apply sa laing company of the same industry. Then, mag-double, triple pa yung sweldo. Murang kang i-irate. So, if you have the leadership skills, I must tell you, you're almost 100% going to be hired. Develop that skill. Develop that. I tell you, guaranteed, galing kayo mahal.
Thank you, Mr. Kim. Maybe attorney, you would like to share?
In relation to the previous question, lalo kayo share na Ryan was able to, I had the privilege of working for. I had the privilege of working for Ryan, who owns malls, who owns engineering, who is one of the top engineering and distribution facilities facilitators in the Philippines, distribution providers in the Philippines, logistics. What he told me was that I asked him, sir, unsa may background mo? What did you initially start off with? He said, no, nagsugod ko o kanang limpyo o kanang namaligya o kanang floor wax. Kabol pa na floor wax with the coconut husk. Diba? They're still doing that. Floor wax o coconut husk na i-ana-ana ninyo sa inyong classrooms. That's how he started. He started off with that aspect, but one thing that I noticed from him that he was a natural leader. Kabalo siya magdala o tao, kabalo siya magdala o storya. He knows how to share and lead through narratives. In that sense, he was able to make a conglomerate at this point. He was able to make a very big business from starting off with from that institution, from that scale sa pamaligya o kanang floor wax, pamaligya o coconut husk na may gamit sa pamilya. So, to address the question of our dear student, ang kaning career or hireability, and to echo also the statement of Mr. Kim, the career in hireability is not restricted towards kanang resume for resume's purpose. I myself, I also do that kanang HR practice for our companies as well. No? One thing I always check in all our employees is that they have the willingness to get the job done. They have the willingness to lead and take accountability when it matters. So, currently karon, ang kanang pag-concept sa backer, although that's a concept that we have had, but I don't believe that in companies and in the government, the backer is required. That's not true. I believe nga kanang ang soft skills nowadays, to echo leadership, accountability, kanang responsibility, that's something kung makita lang ganit na ubusan ka hiring manager, humot na kayo na sa resume. So, hopefully we will take insight from this.
Okay, for our last question, please introduce yourself first. Alright, good morning everyone. Good morning to our professionals. So this is not only for Sir Attorney, but this is also for you, sir. So I was good that you were able to go to Harvard Law School. As an aspiring student who wants to pursue law, I don't know which pre-law courses should I take. I just want to ask for some advices. How did you make a decision to what pre-law courses would you take? Or how did you formulate a connection with someone so powerful? Or yung sa mga pagsunod sa prestigious schools or very like privileged for someone like us, especially for someone like me. So what are your steps? What are your advices? What are your solutions for that? Like how did you make a connection? Did you attend some organization?
course. So you can choose whatever you like. Most will choose accountancy. For my sense, I chose business. Kailangan sa negosyo. No? So, pwede ka mo choose kung, say for example, you want to try being an FA, for example. You could choose Homes, HUMS, kanang flight attendant na school. Yeah, the flight attendant na school. If you want aeronautics, you can become a pilot as well. So, again, the world is your oyster. You can choose whatever course you want, whatever course that aligns with you. Ako lang advice that if you ever decide to choose law, make sure you choose your pre-law as something ikaw mismo nipili. Kaya kanang masatisfy sa kasi mo choices. Because law is very demanding. No? There will come a time you have to sacrifice your social life just to make sure that you're able to answer the rigors and the mandate of the legal institutions.
Pre-law courses, katong yun, business course, no, accountancy, nga naman, nakapag ko siya law subjects, no, na siya law 1, law 2, tapos ito, na sila. So, political science, all science, can be, panilay madulngan yun, mag-law yun sila, or mag-politiko. But mind you, daghan kayo mga nahimong lawyers na mga medical courses, mga nurse, no? Mga registered nurse, no? Daghan ba, no? Like mga engineer, no? So, daghan kayo ng pwede. Basta wala to, graduate na lang college, eligible na ka for law school. Okay, so, lang, no? Ang sa business course lang, nindot mo ko siya, ideal si business course or si accountancy. Ano man, pwede ka magnegosyo, pwede ka manage your company, and at the same time, you will learn also